Hi, beautiful soul family. Got a few more messages again today. The one that I am going to start off with, if you're watching this, there is no coincidence. You were called here today to hear this. You are the change we need, and we thank you for all you're doing by healing yourself. You're healing us all collectively. Be the change you want to see. So, empaths, healers, seers, chosen ones, we're here to guide the children as they grow to help them. As they grow, we're here to help them navigate their gifts. Everything right now going on in the world is just a distraction. They're wanting to have us trapped in fear. Time to dream the new world. Divine is asking you to write down what you desire. Then imagine yourself there. What does this look like and how do you feel? Be in that feeling. The more you're in that feeling, the more you're attracting. And the divine also knows what it is that you're actually wanting, because obviously you've got new dreams now to the ones that you had weeks ago, months ago. You have now new dreams coming in that, like I said, that you didn't imagine even possible, but they're wanting you to dream big. Imagine what the perfect dream world would look like to you. You know, if we could see the world in exactly how we want to see it, what would it look like? What could you imagine? You know, could you imagine it being community? You know, you help others, they help you. That's how the world runs, you know, because that's one of mine. That we all help each other and we become a community again. That's my dream. You know, one of my dreams I've always wanted is to be able to open up a place where I could feed the homeless, not just homeless families, you know, that are struggling, or families that, you know, just need that connection. Where I always thought that, you know, that people would donate clothes and then they could come and take clothes if they needed it, so everybody always had everything, that nobody ever went without. That is one of my major dreams that I'm hoping to get there too. You know, to always be able to help others. They're saying that you're the ones that will understand this message, because you probably have very similar dreams as to what the world could look like, and we need to be that change. Magic happens when you have faith in yourself. It's just you finding your balance. Like I say, it's that faith and that confidence that the messages that you're getting through are the right ones that everyone needs to hear at this time. They don't have to be perfect. God's not asking for perfection. Our higher self just needs that, to be able to understand ourselves, because we've been so pushed down to not feel that we belong, the black sheep of the family, you know, the ones that are always singled out. You know, they're wanting you now to have that faith and trust in yourself, that you know, because the reason that's always gone on in your life is because, you know, you family, friends, anyone who it is, they are here to have you believing that, you know, you don't have that trust and you don't have that faith in yourself, and you're not here to do this purpose, that you are here to live this life of being alone. But they're saying to you, you've never been alone. We just didn't know where to look. And now we can sit there and we can call in our guides, and we can call in the, you know, the help that we need, when we truly believe that it's there, it's frequency, it's what we attract. You know, we don't chase, we attract now. They want you to embrace your creativity and honour your emotions, because it's your creativity and your emotions are one and the same. You know, when you truly believe in yourself, your creativity will flow. And we all have different reasons why we're here. But Divine's saying it's opening up, and you've always known on a cellular level anyway, you've always known on a soul level. They want you to become aware of arguments and disputes at this time, because they're wanting you to like take a step back and just watch how others respond to certain things. They want you to be the observer right now and to just be aware and not enter into that state with them. Just try and understand, because what they're saying is that you will find that most people are stuck in the past, because we've been there too. So they're saying that once you become the observer and been aware of it, without responding, without having, the field to correct them, because they're not wanting us to correct anybody right now, to give our advice, as in, this, because people aren't taking that advice, and it just, they're saying that by you being around people and you not responding is going to show, hang on a minute, why is she not responding? She normally always, or he, sorry, always responds. Why is there no responding coming from this person? Why is there no response? And they're going to start to see how emotionally intelligent that you are, that you have grown emotionally intelligent, because this is something that you've been learning for lifetimes. They want you to find that balance within yourself, that you don't feel that you have to make everybody better. But what they are saying is that by you correcting how you feel inside and just being aware of it all, that's what's going to bring you the balance that you need right now. They want you to write down somebody that you want to bring into your life. What would your life look like if you had what you'd class as the perfect person? Write down everything, what they'd look like, what they'd smell like, how they'd act, what love would they give, all the things, taking you out, where would you go? And then Divine's saying that they want you to then do that for you. You become that person for you. Majority of the time, what we're looking for in others is what we need from ourselves. And they want you to, like I said, dream the new you. What really ignites your soul, what makes you... Because this is a time for healing. They're massively emphasising on this is the healing phase right now. Because you are releasing everything. But they're not responding, they're not joining in with arguments and things like that is what's going to help you release the final things, because you're at the end of a tough cycle now. You've gone through all the emotions, you've gone through all the lessons. Well, we're always still going to have lessons, we're always still going to have things that come in, but you're now going to be aware of it, so you're going to handle things in a completely different way. You're not the same person that you were. You have become emotionally intelligent. You now, like I say, you're sympathetic, you're wise, but you're not too sympathetic where you allow other people to constantly do what they're doing now. You can take a step back now and say, I'm lovingly gonna, you don't say it to them obviously, or you can, but you're just lovingly going to watch from the sidelines now, rather than being in the ring and joining in with everybody. Now at that end of a cycle now where you can see the patterning, so you are going to respond differently. You're not going to want to be in the arguments and in the disputes, because it's not going to serve your purpose. Your purpose is here, like it was stated. If you're watching this, it isn't a coincidence. These are what you've been needing to hear from Source, from our Divine, from God. And I open my field of light, I cleanse my soul, and I let my angels protect me without rest. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 is very important. Like when you're wanting something, you're calling it in. It's not a want, it's a knowing. They want you to know it's a knowing, that you just know it's done. When it arrives, it might not come in exactly the way that you wanted it, but it's going to come in exactly the way that it should be. Because, you know, we've had times in life where we've wanted certain things, and can you, if you look back now, can you imagine actually having some of the things that you truly wanted? Like divine knows what's best for us, and what, you know, what's going to be better for our timeline, you know, because you're raising your frequency now, you're entering a new state, you're now attracting, you are now attracting the things to you that is meant to be on your divine path. What's not on your divine path will not come to you. This is where Source is really wanting you to write down what you think, what you know would be for your best timeline, what could bring you true joy and happiness, and start celebrating as if it's already here, because it's already done. It's just that frequency of, you know, once you've set that intention, once you know that that is coming through, that will be yours. It's all in divine timing. Everything is coming to you, what is meant to be for you. Let's get some cards. Oh my god. I feel like that's a bit loud. Maybe everything's been a bit loud. Because I've been feeling this quite a lot myself recently, that everything seems quite loud. That, you know, that's because we're wanting to now work with our inner self, that everything around us is just noise. That we feel like we can't hear our own thoughts. And maybe that's a sign of us, you know, to go within and listen to our thoughts. Like I said, meditation for me is understanding what comes through. You know, I've been doing this for quite so many years now that, you know, I struggled for a very long time, especially at the beginning, of trying to quiet my mind. And I think I've said this before, but trying to quiet my mind and stop the patterning of the thoughts. But you are the observer of everything, whether that be your thoughts or others around you. You are the observer. And I think that when we try and push the thoughts away, or we don't want to think about the thoughts, that's when they're going to come up even more. So it's so important that we listen to our thoughts, because the thoughts are where the messages come. The thoughts are where you get the clarity, because you understand now where your programs are. Because we're like a computer, if you will, in a roundabout way. Like, whatever we've put into our system is what we're going to get back. So when we thought a certain way for such a long time, and then we just say, I don't want to think that thought anymore, that thought's going to keep coming back until you understand why the thought was there in the first place. You know, a lot of our thoughts are from our unhealed self. They're from past things that have gone on, things that are yet to come. But what Source is wanting right now is for us to be in the now, and to observe what is now. Because it's in these now moments that we understand why we are running our system the way that we are. To appreciate our bodies, because our bodies have got us so far. And I think when we've had children, or we've experienced life, whatever that is to whoever this is for, we condemn our bodies quite a lot, and we find a way to always find something that we're not happy about. It's like today I was shown not to wear makeup, to embrace who I am. And, you know, I've done this quite some years anyway, but then as I've started to get older, I started wanting to put makeup on as I went out, and I started wanting to do this, but Divine's saying, you know, you are perfectly as you're meant to be for you. You know, other people don't see the things that you see. And when we do point that out, that's when others are going to notice that too, because it's like for like, we attract what we think. So it's about just updating our beliefs again, you know, and giving thanks to our body, because our bodies, depending on what age you are when you're watching this, obviously, you know, our bodies have gone through quite some, you know, quite an ordeal depending on what that is for you. We all have different experiences, but it's about loving yourself for truly who you are and giving thanks for the fact that you have got yourself here. You know, I give myself a pat on the back, you know, we've got this, we're doing this. And I think that is so important today, to truly really understand that. You know, we truly need to love ourselves and give ourselves what we want from others and what you give to another. Speak to ourselves how we want to be spoken. Because every time we speak, we're spelling, we're casting spells. So when we drop something, instead of being, oh, I've done that, whatever it is that you'd say to yourself on that occasion is, now it'd be, it's okay. It's only a box of cotton buds, or whatever the situation is. Because I do that quite frequently. I'll knock a cotton bud out of the box and I'll go to put that back in and then knock them all over. And it's just been teaching us patience. It's about patience and understanding. And knowing that things happen sometimes. Knowing that we can't control everything. But what we can control is how we respond to it, how we observe it, how we treat ourselves in that moment. And I think that's so important at the moment. Okay, where do they want me to go with these? So I've cleansed all these cards, I've cleansed all the energy, and I think actually what we could do with Divine is so grateful that you have got this far on your journey and that you're truly embracing who you are, and you're starting to see that, like, you go outside and you notice just how beautiful the sky is, or you're really noticing the birds, and you may be seeing squirrels at this time. You know, they're really grateful for how far you are coming, that you've come so far on your journey, and it's so beautiful. Yeah, so it says here, what can I burn? And then it's burn it all, the ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. See, we were just saying that was one of the major messages. The proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. Make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter be? See, like I said, because this come up in my notes that I got this morning, because they're really wanting you to rewrite your story. Because again, like I say, you're not that person that you were. Well, you probably weren't the same person yesterday as you are today, let alone weeks, years ago. So it is time for a rebirth for you now. You know, your soul is calling that. Make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter be? So I think, like I said, that, you know, it's about now, where do you want to be? You know, what? Yeah, because Divine's asking you to write down what you desire. You know, time to dream a new world. Imagine what a perfect dream world would look like. Be the change you want to see. Magic happens when you have faith in yourself. It's just finding your balance, yeah? Because like I said, with what passion am I ready to pursue? Your passions will continuously lead you to your purpose. What passions have you put aside, given up on or buried? What passion is ready to come alive in you? Write a list of the passions to which you want to give life right now. Then journal how you can incorporate more of what you are passionate about into your daily life. Trust your soul's whispering and let your passion draw you towards your dream life. Yeah. Because Spirit wants to know what you truly desire right now. Where is your soul wanting you to go? What maybe did you dream of before? Because I know that we said that what went on years ago is not the person that we are today, but you maybe had a dream years ago that you obviously for some reason or another it didn't end up happening. But they're saying that what can you reignite in that? What will your next chapter look like? Trust your soul's whispering. Am I apologising for my truth? What part of you is apologising for your truth and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologise or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life will be changed when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives on in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for us all. Courage is contagious. So what I'm also getting from this is like the lighthouse on the shore, in the sea, sorry. The lighthouse guides ships. The lighthouse doesn't go to others. The lighthouse attracts. So people can see the light. When you start raising your light, you're going to start attracting your soul tribe. You're going to start attracting the ones that are meant to be in your frequency, because there is no coincidences. Like I say, if you're watching this, it's because you were meant to hear this today. And like I say, we are thanking you for everything that you're doing. And Divine's saying that you have been in this isolation, hermit mode, whatever that is to you. You know, you've pulled yourself back from doing a lot of what you normally would do. You've come really far on this journey that you stopped doing all the things maybe as well that you enjoyed. Like, what really ignites your soul right now? What's truth do you need to speak? Are you getting messages? Are you feeling inspired by, you know, is your intuition calling you to speak your truth? Is this something that maybe you need to be sharing? That could be art, that could be dancing, it could be singing, whatever creativity means to you. You know, they want you to be like the lighthouse and attract it. Because you're not here to chase anymore, you're here to attract. The ones that are meant to be with you will find you. There is no coincidences. You've been shown this so much recently. They're saying you'll think of somebody and all of a sudden, you know, you'll see them, or you'll hear somebody speak about them, or they'll text you or call you. They've been showing you a numerous amount of patterns to show you that there is no coincidences and like attracts like. Okay. Sorry, I've already pre-shuffled cards. What else do you need them to know, Spirit? Thank you. So I'm going to read these from the book because they are completely different messages to my other deck. Okay. Right, okay. So that one first. Releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness, the ebb and flow of emotion. I feel the fullness of my emotions as they wash through me. The ebb and flow are part of life, and I am present in my feelings today. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I deserve the freedom that comes when I release what is no longer working for me. I make amends to those I may have harmed. I make amends to those that I may have harmed when emotion was colouring my perception. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing that they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. Wow. Not coughed all day, and then as soon as I'm trying to give a message again from divine, so let me take a drink. So I'll read that part again. I make amends to those I may have harmed when emotions was colouring my perceptions. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing that they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead into liberations. And then the next one, dreams come true, wishes fulfilled, completion, enjoyment, contentment, achievement of desire. It is the right to say no to what isn't right for me. And now is the time to experience wishes fulfilled, the sweet harvest that came about from seeds I planted. I drink in the aroma of successful endeavour, take pride in my hard work and achievement, and savour the satisfaction of a job well done. I deserve to pause and acknowledge all I co-created, and I do it joyfully. So this is about now. Sorry, that way around. So this is about you now, like, just going with the ebb and flow of life. Everything's designed, and embracing yourself. This is about you now. Find enjoyment. This is about you now. Being able to relax, being able to go with the ebb and flow, and knowing that everything you've learnt along the way, as emotionally, being there emotionally, should I say, to strengthen who you are, to know that you can forgive yourself and not have to go through all the heartache of hurting yourself for things that have been and gone. You can't change the past, but what you can do is rewrite your story. And this is the huge message today. This has been the constant message today. It's time for healing. It's time for you to now write your story. What is it that you would like your story to now be? Write it down and really feel it. Truly embrace yourself in the moment, because that's where, that's where the enjoyment is going to start. Oh gosh, I can't talk about my feet. That is where, you will find your true enjoyment. That is what's destined for you. Is a life now with knowing that everything's going to be okay. To release what's no longer there. To release. Now, the end of a tough cycle now approaches. And it's approaching now because you've done all the work. Because now it's a time for healing. is now time for you to find that peace. What is your soul calling in now? What would you like? Because it's always been about, you've always thought, what does other people want? How can I make other people's experiences better? You know, but this is about you now. Experience what you feel would make your experience better. What would make you feel joyous to get up out of bed every day? Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception. That's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty you hold within. Stand tall in your power. Because this is about you now being true to yourself. This is not about, you know, you've done all the years of trying to fix everyone, but the only people that can fix other people is themselves. Your focus now is for you to embrace your truth. As I honour and follow the guidance of your heart, as you honour and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. So prosperity is coming to you now. The divine just wants to know what it is that you, what do you desire? What do you want? What's going to make you happy? Because you deserve it and you're amazing. And I hope this readout, you know, I know that it's all going to say the same things. I don't need to pull any more cards saying, you know, the ones who need this message right now will find it. And I hope it releases some of the baggage that, you know, we carry, believing that we've got so much that we need to be doing, all this hard work and everything. But what they're saying is, no, it's time for you to rest. It's time for you to get creative. Ask yourself, what do I desire? I release what is not mine. I forgive what came before, and I rise beyond the pattern. You're healing, baby. I'm so grateful if you got this far. Like, comment, subscribe, that'd be amazing. And then Spirit shows me then more into your path, so I can give more clear, precise messages to the ones that, you know, are coming to hear what needs to be said. I'm so grateful for you. Take care. Bye bye.